secretive world of global oil trading, access is everything. One of the largest independent energy traders in the world crossed the line between aggressive deal-making and outright corruption. Between 2005 and 2020, Vitol allegedly paid millions in bribes to officials in Brazil, Ecuador, and Mexico to gain unfair advantages. What followed was a major U.S. investigation, a $135 million penalty, and a deferred prosecution agreement that revealed exactly how the scheme worked. This is the true story, drawn directly from official U.S. Department of Justice documents. It started in 2005. Vitol traders, hungry for an edge in the competitive oil market, didn't want to wait for public tenders. They wanted the last look, confidential pricing and tender information from state-owned oil companies before anyone else saw it. In Brazil, Vitol trader Alex Rivera and his team allegedly built a relationship with senior Petrobras officials. The price for that inside information, cash bribes. Over $8 million flowed to at least 4 Petrobras officials between 2005 and 2014. The bribes were carefully disguised as legitimate consulting fees or market intelligence payments. The payments were routed with precision. From Vitol S.A.'s Swiss accounts, money moved through U.S. correspondent banks in New York to make the transfers appear legitimate. Then the funds disappeared into offshore accounts in the Bahamas and Grand Cayman, where doleros, professional money launderers, converted them into cash for delivery to the officials. Specific invoices described in the DOJ documents include a June 2013 payment of $56,227 labeled as an 8 cents per barrel commission, a June 2014 market intelligence invoice for $78,860. Both passed through U.S. banks before reaching the offshore shells. By 2015, the scheme had expanded. More than $2 million in additional bribes were allegedly paid to officials in Ecuador and Mexico using the same methods. Sham consulting agreements, shell companies in the Cayman Islands and Curaçao, fake invoices, and coded communications. One documented example involved wiring approximately $225,000 from a Cayman account through a New York correspondent bank to Portugal, for the benefit of an Ecuadorian official. In December 2020, the U.S. Department of Justice and the Eastern District of New York brought charges against Vitol Incorporated for 2 counts of conspiracy to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. Rather than go to trial, Vitol chose full cooperation. On December 3, 2020, the company signed a deferred prosecution agreement, admitting responsibility for the acts of its employees and agents. Vitol Incorporated agreed to pay a $135 million criminal penalty, reflecting a 25% discount for cooperation, timely acceptance of responsibility, and remedial measures. A parallel CFTC action added further penalties for corruption-linked attempts to manipulate Platts fuel oil benchmarks. As part of the agreement, Vitol carried out significant remediation, personnel changes, strengthened anti-corruption policies, better controls over gifts and third parties, and enhanced training programs. The Department of Justice determined that an independent compliance monitor was not necessary due to these efforts and Vitol's commitment to ongoing reporting. The deferred prosecution agreement ended in 2023, but scrutiny continued. Since 2020, Vitol has faced additional settlements including a California power market case, a $50 million civil resolution over alleged gasoline spot price issues, and regulatory actions in Europe. In 2026, even Bolivia suspended gasoline contracts amid a fuel smuggling investigation. Questions remain about whether the culture of opacity in high-risk commodity trading has truly changed. The Vitol case stands as a stark reminder of how corruption can hide behind everyday trading language like market intelligence and consulting fees. Even after paying a heavy price and promising reform, the energy trading industry continues to operate in a high-risk environment. What do you think? Can a company like Vitol truly break old patterns? Or will the shadows always remain? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more deep dives into major corporate investigations, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Sources: U.S. Department of Justice Deferred Prosecution Agreement, 2020, related CFTC orders, and public regulatory filings. All dramatized dialogue is based on patterns described in official documents. Thank you for watching.